now we get to welcome the athletes to the field of play for our championship compound female division for the #1 spot. Tanja Gellenthien, the 2023 Vegas champion, shot another perfect 900 to get herself to center stage and another opportunity to win the Vegas shoot for the 3rd time. And she's going up against the world #1 shooter from Great Britain, Ella Gibson. Chris.
This is going to be a rematch from last weekend at Lancaster.
That's right.
They both shot off top seed there for a second. And last weekend, Tanja came out on top. So we'll see what happens here.
All right, describe for us one more time the field of play. How far are we shooting? What target face? That type of stuff.
We are shooting at 20 yards, 3 arrows each end, at a 40-centimeter Vegas target. First end here will be for practice. After this end is complete, they will go to their first scoring end, which will be the regular 10 ring that we've scored all weekend. If they're tied on that end, we will go to the X ring, is now the 10 ring.
All right.
Just kind of shrink it down a little bit and make it more exciting.
So you're seeing a couple different things as we look at a couple of dart and bows, which dart and archery really coming back to archery full-fledged. So many archers in these final matches. But you see on the bottom of those targets, you have target 1 through 14, but also on the top you have the numbers 1 through 28, because when we get to our Vegas shoot off after this match, we have 28 shooters.
Yeah, it's going to be a full down there.
Yeah, Tanja Gellenthien hanging her target under lucky number 13. I like that. So first arrow is going to be for practice. Once again, Ella Gibson and Tanja Gellenthien shooting perfect 900s, 30 arrows per day. They hit the 10 ring every single time. For Ella Gibson, she was able to get to the X ring, which is that little tiny ring in the middle, 77 times. And for Tanja Gellenthien, 72 times.
Not very much difference there.
Nope.
But the name of the game in Vegas is a 900.
That's the first step, apparently.
First step. If you want to get on the big stage, that's what you need to do.
And we had 27 900s in the open category. We had 2 here. We had, I think, 3
in the flights
class. Yep. It's just incredible. First end of practice. Now, for practice, they're actually just doing an open clock situation. So it's just 2 minutes to shoot 3 arrows.
Yeah, no need to go back and forth for practice. This is mainly just to make sure your sight is the same from the practice range to the stage out here. Lighting's different, can change the way you look through your peep sight and align everything. So it's good they give them a practice end and make sure everything's good, which could also help give confidence too. You know, it's like, okay, my bow's ready to go.
So far in practice, both athletes with X's.
There's another one from Ella.
Yeah, for Ella Gibson too. She's using, is she using a fiber or is she just using a light that lights up her dot?
I'm not 100% sure. I do see she's got the battery pack there on her sight to put some light either on the fiber that she's using or on a dot. I'm not sure what her aiming aperture is.
Yeah, very interesting, because that's not legal in World Archery, but it's legal here in NFAA competition. So that's a bit unusual from our perspective to see someone who shoots so well, #1 World Archery archer.
Yeah, she was in the finals last night, and you know it's not legal there, so she had to take it off, and then obviously she put it back on for tonight.
So the first end of practice is complete. And this is to be crowned 2023 Vegas champion in the championship compound female category Tanja Gellenthien is your defending champion. Can Ella Gibson come back from a battle they had last weekend in the eastern part of the United States? And the first official scoring end is regular scoring, which means the Big Ten ring is the 10 ring.
Big Ten ring, same as we've shot all weekend here. So X's don't matter here. Just keep them in that Big Ten ring, and you'll go on to the next round.
I'm sure the folks at Darton are smiling big right now.
Yes,
knowing that they have a full podium, 1 and 2. And if you're wondering why Ella Gibson has a string hanging off her front stabilizer bar.
10 points.
It's for all the wind in here.
That's right, yeah. Normally you would see that outdoor as kind of a wind gauge for the shooters.
I'm sure she uses that same setup right there for outside, so she's not going to take it on and off.
10.
Oh,
Smoked
it.
One.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like she just had a dot in there, an orange dot.
That's what it looked like
up.
to me too, yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell.
Maybe
on
one
the
of
screen,
those ultra view scopes. I don't know what brand she's shooting.
That looks like a True Ball or an Excel scope.
Oh yeah, and then you just
That's an Excel scope and sight there.
Yeah.
That looks like the same thing.
But you can see where the light is angled.
It's
See
coming in from the top.
It's coming in from the top, and it's angled towards the lens. So that
most likely,
most likely, yeah. So you can illuminate the dot, which would make sense because another 10. So tied score 30-30 between the two of them, but I think this is what we expected. Obviously, them shooting 30, especially after shooting clean. So they haven't missed one yet.
Yeah.
Where we're going to go next is different.
I expected it to go past the first end for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be, I think, unusual for someone who shoots World Archery 50-meter stuff like Ella does to go from a dot back to a fiber, back to a dot, and so on and so forth. But
yeah, and with it being kind of a darker arena that we're shooting in all week, lighting up your dot is going to be beneficial. But now where it's really bright, if she didn't have the light on the dot, it would just, she's shooting an orange dot. So with the bright lights, it would just turn it black.
Oh, yeah.
Because there'd be a shadow, and being super bright down there, it would just look like a black dot. So if she's not used to that, throw the light on there, keep it orange.
After 2 practice ends, or after 1 practice end and 1 scoring end, where they both shot perfect scores even in their practice ends, they're going to hang new targets so the judges can see exactly what's going on, because now this is where we're going to hang on arrow for arrow, because if you miss that X ring, anything outside that in the yellow is going to be a 9. And Chris Schaff, this could go on for a while.
It could, or it could be really quick.
I mean,
you don't know.
Yeah, and
you don't know how they're feeling, what pressure they're feeling.
That's true.
They're friends. They did this last weekend. They've been on this stage before. They could be calm out there. But this is also the Vegas shoot, so it adds a lot of pressure.
Once again, each archer shooting individually. Okay, ladies. Archers to the line. This is arrow by arrow.
All right, so now we're going arrow by arrow.
Counts as 10.
Only the X counts as 10. 40 seconds to execute each shot.
Ella's going to start us off here. Really quick shot. Yep.
10.
It's kind of funny. It looks like both of these girls are using almost the exact same equipment or same style. Both are using thumb triggers. Both are using, Black Eagle arrows, 27s. They're almost identical.
It's pretty crazy. The only thing I noticed is just kind of the stabilizer setup.
Yep.
Liner.
You got binos there if you need
I think
them.
it's good.
All right.
It wasn't pushing that far outside the 10 line. Ooh. Whoa. she knew that right when it fired too.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be it right here, depending on that arrow call. If she hits this.
Just like she talked about in the video before, and she nails it. The question for us is that second arrow got it or not? And is it going to be this quick where we have back-to-back champ?
I think it's good.
Okay. Chris Schaff saying it's good. We're going to hear from Bruce Cole. We know the first one looking like a 29. Yep, that's the benchmark score. Anything over that, and we have a champ.
Got the judge looking at it real close with the magnifying glass.
Mm-hmm.
Getting another judge to come in.
Something we normally don't see in everyday shooting. There's a lot on the line here.
A lot on the line, and it's got to be, got to be good. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Back-to-back for Tanja Gellenthien, 2024 Vegas champion, and has that pressure again of knowing her competitor shoots a 9, and she's got to buckle down and get it done and shoot that 10, and she hits it. Another story of never give up in archery. You don't know what that arrow is going to be called, and so she gets it done. So for Tanja Gellenthien, she is your winner. Ella Gibson will get second place out of Great Britain.